Hello, welcome to Trevor's Barking Mad channel on another dog walk, doing this again. It's the only time I get to do it. Welcome, let's come along. Vlog 65, we're getting there gradually. And this is about a year with the Leaf and a little bit of a catch up on other things as well. Come along, let's go. So, welcome to vlog 65. First of all, a little bit of an update whilst I'm stuck in the woods with Toto. He seems to be wanting to regenerate all the fallen leaves individually by peeing on them. So, my treatment has been good so far. The tablet side of venetoclax has been upscaled from 20 to 50 to 100 to 200, and now I'm on the maximum dose of 400, where it stays for 2 years. The drip starts in 2 weeks, which I hope also goes well. That's monthly for 6 months. Any side effects so far? Maybe a tiny bit of nauseous, which is to be expected, but I do take 4 antacid reflux type tablets, omeprazole and mebeverine, and since I had my gallbladder removed many years ago, and they seem to certainly turn it down a bit, and if anything it makes me burp. So yeah, so far, other than tiredness, no side effects. I just hope the drip goes according to plan as well. That goes in at full strength. The first one, they slow it down, the drip, to about 5 or 6 hours, and after that I believe it's due to be about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours in duration. So fingers crossed, at least no more blood tests 3 a week, which is good. My veins are knackered. Right, so a year has passed that I bought Twiggy. Twiggy being my 30 kilowatt Nissan Leaf. I bought it from Eddie Wright's car supermarket up in Scunthorpe. Fantastic dealership. It really is a great place. Did everything they said they would, minus the charge, but that was an oversight apparently. So everything else went. It went perfectly. It was a time when, and obviously the distance, I'm not going to go out there and view a car and come back and think about it. So they were doing the video walk rounds and everything else, and I told them I wanted to see, and absolutely everything as per shown was came to reality. And yeah, it didn't have a Part B parcel shelf. That was obtained literally on the morning that I picked it up, so absolutely spot on. 100%, cannot fault them at all. So the 30 kilowatt Leaf, it's performed fantastically. I've had 2 services with Nissan. Nissan no longer give you a state of health on the battery. They just tell you you're doing it right, because you've got a bar on the dashboard that tells you how good the battery is. It doesn't give you a percentage though, so I'm on maximum 12 bars, so I know my battery is good. So Nissan don't tell you that, but other companies do, and third service I used Cleveley EV from Gloucestershire, Cheltenham, and they come to your house, and even that, with that, they're still cheaper than Nissan, and I believe do a lot more. What do you service? Well, it's just a pollen filter, that is it. But Cleveley moved all the wheels around, rotated the wheels, brushed all the brake pipes, greased everything up, the brake pads, the door hinges. They put a couple of little caps on my suspension mounts, stop them rusting. And on top of that, they greased my mirrors, something which Nissan said wasn't possible to do. You had to replace the mirrors. That was going to cost me £640 for 2 mirrors. Well, lo and behold, I think it was 28 quid plus VAT. And James from Cleveland, absolutely fantastic. In no time at all, he'd sorted them out. Trouble is now, when I walk away, they don't creak. When I press the lock button, I have to look around to make sure the car has locked by the mirrors folding in, because you don't hear them, they're silent. Brilliant. As for the car, well, the car, as you would expect, has been faultless. All it needed was a set of wipers and a set of tyres. Here he comes. Even though I'm in a different different place this time, he's here. You can't see him. The camera's like, oh, hello. Yes, I can see you now. A set of tyres. The treads were still okay on the originals. They were Michelin's for the Leaf. But this time, Nissan wanted £220 per tyre. I think not. So I went to Quick Fit, got some ones that were EV friendly and eco, Arrow Speed I think they're called. They weren't the most budget ones, they were sort of intermediate, and they're reinforced as well, which I like that side of things, because sometimes in my Amazon I'm going up and down farm tracks with big stones and things and potholes. I go, oh yes, there's a big pothole. So, to humour of Jack Russell. So I got the reinforced ones, all four for 259 quid. Can't go wrong. So yeah, sorry Michelin, didn't get my business, but I believe you can get Michelin's a lot cheaper than £220 for the same time. They also said my aircon needed regassing, something which was, I believe, was a money spinner. I most probably will get it changed. Maybe next year, maybe 2024, we'll see. But as for the car itself, absolutely faultless. It's never let me down. When James from Cleveland came and did a service on it, the last service, the 12-volt battery, I'm gradually sliding down, aren't I? Had 97%, stay. And the propulsion battery, the main lithium ion, there we go, had 96.5%. So more than happy with that. But now, so I bought the car. When I bought the car, it had 18,004 miles on it. Bless it. 2 owners. The last owner only had it 10 months, if that. And how long the garage had it. Sorry, Totty's just got upstairs. Always when I'm videoing. And this week, in its anniversary, it turned 50,000 miles. So I've done 32,000 miles basically in it. And I can't fault it. It does everything. It's very comfortable. I get a good range out of it, roughly, I suppose as an average, between 110 and 130 odd miles. Depends on where I'm going. Motorways aren't its best friend, but back streets and towns and cities, roads, and just getting about like that, yes, they are its best friend. And amazingly, Regen, which I'm going to show you in some pictures, hopefully you'll understand what I'm showing you. Regen accounts for about 25% of, of my total power used. So when I'm slowing down, going downhill, I get free electricity, and it accounts for about 25% of what I use. Charging from home, I'm on Octopus Go. I get 4 hours cheap at night. Absolutely brilliant. That fills me up with a full tank every day, and that is charged up most days like that. If I'm doing 2 big blocks, then sometimes there'll be a rapid charge in the middle. So roughly about £2 to £3, £2 to £4, let's say, just to give me enough for the second block. You only put in what you're going to need, and yeah, absolutely brilliant. So Nissan Leaf, thumbs up. 30 kilowatt, doesn't have any charging issues in general day-to-day use, unless you're going on a big journey. I'm going to put this down because I'm shaking like crazy. just realised why it's back to the original location. You might hear the fish tank filter. It's a bit noisy today for some reason. Yes. Oh. I know where you want to go. You're not going there. So my phone's got a new case on it. The other one's split for some reason. I don't quite know how that happened, because it's a reinforced one, but it's split. It's supposed to be on a couple of years, and I bought this new one, which I don't think's quite so grippy, rubbery, and rubbly. So it slides down a little bit. That's what I'm getting at eventually. So yes, the Leaf I'm very impressed with. 7,000 miles, and it'll be due its next service, so that'll be James again, hopefully, or certainly Cleveley. Come down and do it here, because you can see what they're doing. It's great. It doesn't go behind closed doors like it does at Nissan, which you think, are they actually doing anything other than just plugging it into a computer and changing the air filter? So I'm very impressed with the service from Cleveley. And that's it really. No, the other thing I've had to put in it is washer fluid. And it must have a massive tank, because that seems to go on forever. So I suppose about every 2 to 3 months I put washer fluid in. Might be a bit more in winter time, I guess, when the roads are a bit mucky and yucky with salt and all that jazz. But yeah, can't fault it. Yeah, dogs love it, I love it, friends seem to love it. The aircon's on all the time. So anyone say, oh, it's going to drain the battery. No, it doesn't. Battery's perfect as well, so really happy. Am I likely to change in the future? In the immediate future, no. Dottie is struggling because it's quite a high up car. Her arthritis seems to be getting a little bit worse. It was her birthday yesterday. So she's, well, I thought she was 10 this year, but according to what I put on Facebook last year, when it came over any memories, she was 10 last year. So she goes to the vets on Saturday for a little check-up, her little glandy squeeze. So I shall get them to check their computers and tell me how old my dog is. I got her when she was 1. So I seem to get all my dogs when they're 1, or most of them anyway. Toto was the same. Yeah, Toto was the same, wasn't he? Yes. So we shall find out on Saturday. But anyway, she had a lovely birthday. They have pig's ears each one. Toto didn't eat his. They always get a present each on each other's birthday. So they've got big pig's ears. I bought 4, so hopefully they can enjoy them both. Anyway, I'm going to end this here. Nothing more to say. If you're looking for a general EV car that hasn't got every gadget going on it, and you don't need every gadget going on it, then the 30 kilowatt Leaf is absolutely spot on. It really is. And to have the charging point in the front of the car, my other 2 EVs I've had, the Tesla and the Hyundai, I've had them at the back quarter, and that can be a pain in the proverbial backside, depending what side the cable is on at the rapid charger, because the cables are quite short, and because I suppose they're quite expensive, so they are quite short. So having it at the front is absolutely spot on. And yes, if I was changing, I would try to find a car that had the charge point at the front. Having said that, I never did answer, would I be changing? So in the immediate future, no, I'm not. But as I did say, Dottie's struggling a little bit getting in and out. I'm having to lift her in on a lot of occasions. I'm like 26, 27 kilos. That's a lot of lifting, especially my spleen. So I'm having to be a bit careful with that as well. If I did change, it would be to an Ioniq 28, which I know are very low down, very streamlined, very efficient. So I most probably wouldn't need to charge as much, especially on the rapids. But we will wait and see, because that's going to add roughly about £5,000 to £6,000 to put on top of what I'd get for this car to get the Ioniq 28, which I love the Ioniq 28. Perfect cars, perfect. But I can't fault this one, and until we get to that stage, I'm more than happy keeping Twiggy. So happy birthday, Twiggy, and don't do what you do. You all take care, love one another, and before you go, make sure you subscribe, then you'll find out when the next vlog is. But you can't wait. Take care, best wishes.
They call me sassy when I'm strolling down the street. They call me classy when I'm serving just the best. I can be deadly when I find somebody lovely. And now I'm ready like a kitty in a dress. Don't call me mean, I just want someone to love me. Someone to lick my wounds and kiss my aching body. My desperation knows no termination.